Okay, so next we are looking at square prisms. We'll also look at cubes today. Okay, so a square prism is where we would see both bases as squares. And so there's the square, so the area of that square would just be side times side, or side squared. And then the lateral faces are going to be four congruent rectangles. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Right? We can also see the net when we open that up. Okay, so that's what it looks like. We can see the 1, 2, 3, 4 congruent rectangles, and then we have the two squares. All right, so let's look at this example. So we have to find the total surface area and the lateral surface area of this square prism. And we know it's a square because it's 5 times 5, so s squared, so squared base. And then we have the rectangles. All right, so here is the formula for the total surface area of a square prism. So 2s squared, that would represent the two square bases, and then 4 side times height, which would represent those four rectangles. So let's fill everything in here. So 2s squared, remember s squared means s times s, so it will be 5 times 5, and then we have 4 times the side times the height, which is 2. All right, so then we multiply before we add. So here we get 50, 2 times 5 times 5, and then here 4 times 5 times 2, that gives me 40, and then we'll add that up to 90, and it is decimeters squared, okay, for the total surface area. For the lateral surface area, that's the lateral sides, so we ignore the top and bottom. So lateral surface area is just going to be 4SH, which will be just the 4 times the 5 times the 2, which is 40 decimeters squared. All right, so for this next example, our side is 3 centimeters. All four sides of the base is 3 centimeters because it is a square, and our height is 5.6 centimeters. All right, so 2s squared, that is 2 times 3 times 3 plus 4 times the side times the height, which is 5.6. All right, so here 2 times 3 times 3, that gives me 18. And then 4 times 3 times 5.6, that is 67.2. And last step, we just add that together. We get 85.2, and it's centimeters squared. All right, so that is its total surface area. If we were going to look just at its lateral surface area, we would ignore that top and bottom. It would be just 67.2 centimeters squared for lateral surface area. Next, we are looking at cubes. So cubes, it's 6 congruent squares. All 6 faces are the exact same. All right, so here we see the net when we open that up. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all 6 faces are the same. So let's take a look at our example. We need to find the total surface area and the lateral surface area of this cube. So total surface area, the formula is just 6s squared. Okay, because there's 6 faces, side times side. So 6 times 7 times 7, which gives me 294 centimeters squared. All right, that's the TSA. If we were looking for the lateral surface area, we're going to ignore the top and bottom, so therefore it would be 4s squared. Okay, so 4 times 7 times 7, and that gives me 196 centimeters squared. Okay, so that's how you would find total surface area and lateral surface area of a cube. Okay, I'll give you guys this one to try. Okay, so the total surface area is, the formula is 6 side squared, but we're given here millimeters, meters, and centimeters. So the first thing is just to get everything into the same units. All right, so just a reminder. All right, if we have millimeters and we want to put it into meters, 1, 2, 3 to the left, 1, 2, 3 to the left, so that is equal to 1 meter. This is already in meters. 100 centimeters, from here we're going to meters, it's 2 to the left, so 2 to the left, that is also equal to 1 meter. All right, so it's a cube. All 3 sides are the same, and we're using meters. It's just 6 times 1 times 1, which is 6 meters squared. All right, now if you were to put that into centimeters squared, recall when we were doing the measurement unit, to go from meters to centimeters, we're moving 2 to the right, but you have to multiply that by 2 because we're looking at area. So therefore, that would be equal to moving the decimal place 4 times to the right. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that would be the same thing as 60,000 centimeters squared. And if we were to put that into millimeters squared, we're moving 1, 2, 3, 3 to the right, multiply that by 2, which is 6 places. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that would be in millimeters squared. All right, so there's your answer in meters squared, centimeters squared, and in millimeters squared. All right, so I'm just going to pause here.